Who the hell are Rebecca and Jordan? Who the hell are Rebecca and Jordan? Why are you there? I don't understand. What are you providing for us in the villa? I don't get it. Every character played their perfect role in previous seasons, but we don't see this from you. Who are you? I don't understand. What are you? Who are you? What do you provide us? I just find it so dead how these characters just lose out in their use, and I just don't get it. This particular episode annoyed me. This week of Love Island annoyed me. I want to get into this in a far more depth manner when it comes to my podcast, especially Shauna. I really want to talk about her, and I find her quite irritating. But I will do that in my separate podcast that will be coming out tomorrow morning, so you can listen to that, more Love Island content, because you guys love that Love Island stuff. So that's coming out to you guys definitely tomorrow morning, and hopefully you guys can subscribe and listen to that podcast. Paige, see your age mates. Paige, see your age mates. This is what friends used to do, you waste man. Let me relax, but still.
For weeks, you basically made this girl out like she was fucking everything. You got so much. You're getting to be first. I make nobody out like a dickhead. Like a dickhead. You need to calm yourself down, mate. Stop acting like the goddamn big man, because you're not.
I don't know what it is about this entire episode, but it was absolutely, well, I know exactly what it is, but it was just absolutely pathetic. Like, is this Love Island or Shauna Island? I don't understand what is going on. I just feel like it was, again, just a very upsetting week for Love Island, very anticlimactic, just ridiculous. The storylines are tiresome. They're not giving us what we want, as you know, and what we deserve and what we expect based on how the seasons have been prior for the last couple of years. We haven't got any of that, and I feel like overall the casting for the show isn't as great, and they've chosen looks, you know, over actual personality. They really haven't done that well, the producers. You guys need to get it together, hopefully, for the summer version, because this Love Island winter, it's just become a situation where I feel like I need to watch it as a task, not something for enjoyment or entertainment, like I'm dragging it out, and I don't want to feel like that at all, and I'm just really irritated and annoyed.
Because he was like lying.
Yeah.
But I believed it, and I think that's why I'm so hurt now.
Hey guys, it's Murad Morali. Hope you guys are doing well today. If you haven't already, click that button for daily and consistent content. Head over to my Instagram, Murad_Morali. Buy some merch if you guys want to, and please subscribe to my podcast, I'm Over It. The links will be, you know, attached below in the bio. I'd really appreciate it. The first episode hopefully will be coming out tomorrow morning. Now we have a lot of stuff to get into, but this whole Shauna and Callum stuff, we're going to just dive deep into it. And I'm really irritated because I feel like Shauna hasn't really come with that energy. Yes, she's dealt with it well. She dealt with it better than expected. She's kind of just swallowed it and put it to a side and left it. This particular, you know, conversation with Molly, this is how the show opens up. Nobody asked for this conversation. We did not need it, and I feel like they kind of just forced it. They did the same with, you know, Joanna and Amber last year, but that seemed just to be a bit more authentic. This one was very short, you know, not much intense dialogue, and I just feel like, you know, it wasn't really that great. Yes, it planted some seeds in Molly's head. Perhaps she's not really into him. Perhaps she's going to be, you know, scared it might happen to her. But I feel like the conversation was just very short-lived. Wasn't anything interesting. People, they don't need to be shouting at each other. They don't need to be dragging each other for it to be something that I find entertaining.
Hope that I'd never want you, just because I had that with him, for you to have that ever.
No. Days when he kissed me, he was bringing me tea in bed, he was offering me things, he was like tickling my arm.
It just needs to be interesting and genuine, and I just don't really, you know, get that, especially from Molly's side, especially when they're walking up the stairs and they're looking back at each other. I'm just like, what? Like, how many times did they have to do that? How many takes did it take for the Love Island producers to, you know, to be okay with that? Like, I just don't understand. And then when it came to Callum and Shauna talking, you know, they did have some good verbiage with each other.
Well, me saying like,
It is all on you.
yeah, it's my decision, but you're kind of saying to me.
Shauna is upset because she feels like, you know, somebody has led her on, but I also feel like I'm not really mad at this whole situation. And the reason I'm not mad at it is because I genuinely do find Shauna to be very territorial, very possessive, very emotional, very reactive. And I just feel like, you know, the way she was with Callum, I feel like Callum was just being with her for the sake of it. And there were so many times that Shauna was throwing around how she thinks this person's fake, or this person's relationship isn't real, or this person's annoying, what's going on with here, with Mike especially. And look at Karma now. She's the one that's single, while Mike is looking sweet with Priscilla. Because Mike has been focusing on the game, whereas Shauna was too focused on everybody else because she thought her ass was secure with Callum and that she was going to get a free ticket ride. But that's not how it goes. And look what's happened. It's completely blindsided her. And that's what I find quite funny. Like, she had an inclination that he was going to come back with somebody. So if you had these inclinations and these doubts? Why did you entertain them? Why did you not follow suit and have somebody for yourself? Because I don't understand. I feel like she is very territorial, how she, she was upset that she couldn't threaten him before he went to Casa Amor. Stuff like this is not normal. It's not funny. And I feel like Shauna is somebody who's just, comes off as very insecure, somebody who will just deal with somebody for the sake of just dealing with it, which is the form of like passive disrespect. And when she said she's going to walk up and walk back to him, I feel like this is it. We're finally going to get this.
I want her to have to feel like she has to like suppress you two, but it's awkward for me.
She's deep the violation, she's gonna go mad. She just sat there and took it and said, okay. And I'm like, just throw this Love Island season away. And everybody's like, some people are like, Murad, it's not always about drama. When it comes to Casa Amor, it is a pure catalyst just for drama. And we've seen that take place for the last 2 seasons, most definitely. This is what Casa Amor does. It makes and breaks couples. When it makes couples, it gives us that beautiful love storyline that we see, which we saw with Tommy Molly May. And it breaks couples as well with Amy and Curtis and Amber and, what's her face? Amber and Michael. I didn't see it coming from just this whole, situation with this Callum and Shauna stuff. I just feel like, I'm not really that feeling sorry for Shauna, and I feel like Shauna Island for the first half an hour, it was just boring.
Well, I think you are a liar.
Listen, nothing I've said in the past 3 weeks has been a lie.
I just was upset by it. Casa Amor is there to ruin stuff and to create and make things blossom and bloom, and we just didn't get that at all. And I'm just really disappointed with this season, because normally seasons we all hate them the first week, but they pick up, and we're not really getting it with the situation. We then have Luke M and Natalia.
Don't cry, honestly. You have nothing to cry about.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
And we have Natalia, who's played an absolute brutal game, and then she cries in order to deflect. Unfortunately, Luke M has had a very bad string of luck in this situation, but I don't feel sorry for him because he doesn't have this charismatic personality. He doesn't have any appeal for me to feel sorry for him. He just doesn't. I just don't see it. And so it's upset that I feel sorry for him that he's in this situation, but at the same time, I just simply don't care for it. And then we have Natalia just crying her eyes out, and I'm just over you. You played a game that's so bait, you look bad. The only reason you're crying to bring emotions that people can feel sorry for you. I don't feel sorry for you, and I just feel like you need to leave. Like, you played a stupid game, and I don't see where you're going to go in this villa. I'm just kind of over you.
So obviously I think the best thing is to just leave it.
Yeah.
We do see this divide between the Casa Amor girls and the original girls. They're not really hanging together. We don't see that yet. I wonder why. I don't know. Of course, because of the recent strains of, people being broken up. But at the same time, I just kind of feel like, it would be nice to kind of see that. We finally got some airtime for Mike and Priscilla. I'm so flippin' happy. They're playing a little game. 1 minute of airtime. It wasn't enough. I don't understand why. I better see them in the final. Hopefully I will, because these two look really sweet together, and they just look very, very, cute, and I stand them. But the couple that I now am standing is Shanice and Luke T. I can't believe I'm uttering this with my mouth, but I genuinely want Shanice to win. Not Shanice, Shanice. Look at the way I now want to pronounce her name correctly. I genuinely want Shanice and Luke T to win. This is what I want to see. I want them to win the competition. Hopefully they will win the competition, and it will be, something good for us. Their bedroom scene, I feel like we're just a bit OTT. We don't need to see her doing it the most, but it's cute, it's funny. I like how he asked, may I touch you and everything, consent and everything. It was cute between these two. I just underestimated Luke T massively. I did not seem to be a main character in this situation, but he is, and things are going really, really well between Shanice and Luke T, and I feel like they have the star power to carry on and go through this competition. With Paige and Finley, I'm not really feeling it. I feel like it just comes off very forced, like you're asking to be a girlfriend. We know producer told you to do this because it's like the show's beginning to end now, and you two it's very cute. Everybody's looking around, and Paige is looking back thinking, why is everybody standing there? Child, you know why everyone's standing there, because he's about to ask you to be his girlfriend. It was a bit cheesy, but it was cute as well, and these two have definitely secured a place in the final for definite sure. We are definitely seeing Paige and Finley go that way, but again, they don't have this charismatic appeal. I just don't see it for them. And this is what's the issue with this casting, and why this season is just pissing me off so much, and why I hate it, because these characters have not developed. The only people that have charismatic appeal for me is Shanice and Naz to an extent as well, with the whole Eva and Demi situation. We're going to get into that. But Shanice she's had a major character development, but she is the only one. I don't know what it is, but I don't care for these characters. I don't really care for them as much. Shanice, I like Luke T, I like Mike, I like Priscilla, but that's really it. Like, I despise Jess. Like, why are you on the show? Like, you and your 5 jaws are just team furniture. Like, I don't get it. You and Ched, whatever. And I find it so irritating. And it's just like, none of these characters, 95% of these characters don't have any charismatic appeal. I'd like for Paige Felling to win because they are the strongest couple, but I just don't like them. I don't know what to like about them. I just feel like they're just bland people. But Shanice has had this character development, and hopefully, you know, we'll see what goes on with her. We have this Naz, Eva, Demi situation. I actually preferred Eva over Demi when Casamore took place, but now I don't. I feel like Eva is playing the game, and I feel like, you know, she really isn't liking him as much, or maybe she's a bit awkward, we don't know. I generally don't see as much, none of us do. They hardly got any airtime, but obviously I feel like something else is going on here where I feel like Eva is playing a game, and perhaps he should have, you know, stayed with Demi because of the public love, and they got on well, they had the banter, the awkwardness, it was funny, and just the way Naz and Eva kiss and interact, it just seems awkward and forced and weird. I have to be my unbiased self, and I genuinely feel like, yes, I'd like my best friend to win the show, but do I really want you to win the show with Eva? No, I do not. So therefore, I would not want you to win the show if you're in this current situation. I just don't. I just have to see facts as facts, and I always will. And, you know, people say maybe you'll go back to Demi, but I feel like the damage has been done. Do you understand? The damage has been done. The damage has been done. He was so quickly to move off. He said even today, I'm not the one to look for 2 girls or chase 2 girls at one point. I don't really like Demi that much. I'm over her. She's not my type. Etc, etc. So even if you would go back, the damage has been done. Now you want to play cute with Demi, but you know, a minute ago you were over her. I feel like it's just the bag's been fumbled completely, and we'll see what happens. I feel like they will be the least favorite couple to be voted for tomorrow, alongside Rebecca and Jordan, and maybe Jess and Ched. I don't know. I feel like these couples could be in the firing line, and we'll see what happens. Maybe they'll be split, and maybe Eva will go home, Naz will stay, and then maybe they'll bring Naz and Demi back together again. But I don't know what's going to happen with that. I find that to be interesting, and maybe that could happen. I don't know. Maybe it would be too late. Maybe it is too late. I find this conversation, that's the only love triangle I find to be so interesting, because I just find it, well, not triangle, but I find it to be interesting. I just do. But I feel like this season is just a mess. This season is just, producers, you need to step your game up. You've done a poor selective, you know, when it comes to your casting, apart from 3 to 4 people. I just feel like everybody else is just a bit over it. Know what you guys think, please subscribe to my channel, click that button, subscribe to my podcast. All the details are below. Buy some merch if you guys want to. I'll catch you guys soon for another video.